Welcome. It's Christmas Day. Hope you're keeping well. Many thanks indeed for taking the time and trouble to check in with me for two new bets. One of them's 14 to 1 and the other one's 20 to 1. They run at Down Royal and they run at the meeting at Newcastle in two handicaps. And I think both horses have got outstanding chances of winning and certainly placing for sure. So two big bets to add to the set of bets I gave you yesterday in an extended video, which was to wish you all a very happy Christmas. And I hope you're having a nice Christmas, a festive period, taking your time and enjoying every minute of it, whether you're watching TV or just having a chin wag with each other and, well, whatever. Just as long as you're having a nice time, that's the name of the game. So I'm going to give you these two bets in just one moment. 14 to 1 and 20 to 1. I'm going to back them both each way. I'm also going to put them in the doubles and trebles with the other horses that I've tipped you yesterday. And I will run through them again yesterday, the ones I've tipped yesterday in double quick time. For anyone who's new to the channel coming through for the first time, a lot of new people, almost 2,000 people caught the video yesterday and it's still rising. So it's going great guns. Now, on that video yesterday, I'll come to today's new ones in one moment, but on that video yesterday, a horse called Prairie Wolf, which is running in the 1 o'clock at Wetherby. I forgot to say what race it was in. Well, it's the 1 o'clock at Wetherby, number 9. It's called Prairie Wolf. And I must apologise for that. One lovely viewer wrote in to explain that he did find the horse, but I did forget to say the race name for some unknown reason. Must apologise for that. Got caught up in all the emotion, I think. So number 9, Prairie Wolf, is in the 1 o'clock at Wetherby. That's an each way bet. Currently priced at 15 to 2. It was 15 to 2 yesterday. It's one of the horses which has actually stabilised its price. Many of the others have already come down in the betting, as they generally do with me. And I'll go through them other horses in just one moment, again from yesterday, which run on Boxing Day. But I want to give you the two new horses first. So if you've got your pens and papers ready, I want to take you to the 12:48 at Down Royal, and then I'm going to go to the 12:15 at Newcastle. But let's go to Down Royal first. I'll give you this and then the Newcastle bet, and then I'll go through yesterday's horses. Incidentally, that Snowball bet I gave you has been backed in from 14s to 11s already, and I think it'll come down a bit more as well. I think it'll go off about 6 or 7 to 1. That was that extra Snowball bet, which is a free bet, but a very, very powerful bet, no doubt about that. That was Sheriff Garrett in the 2 o'clock at Newcastle. I gave you that one yesterday, number 6. Sheriff Garrett runs on Monday in the Boxing Day special there. The Snowball bet, I call it, stick a cherry on top. And at 2 o'clock at Newcastle, that's just a repeat of yesterday. Well backed, 14s to 11s, and the money's continued to go on. As I say, got a big following myself, and I've already chunked it. And I think that will go very close indeed. I mean, I think it'll win, but I think it'll go very close. Okay, so with no more ado, the 12:48 at Down Royal. Now, interesting race. They pay out first 4. Some bookies pay first 5. It's a 2 mile, 1 furlong handicap hurdle. And I'm pretty keen on one here. Number 4, it's called Cave Court. Cave Court. Trained by Noel Kelly, who's not too bad. He's not had many runners really. I think he's had about 15 winners from around about 100 runners. Pretty good. But I think Cave Court's coming to hand, and I think Cave Court is a horse that can certainly pop up, no doubt about that. And I'll be disappointed if it doesn't frame, to be honest with you. And I'll be somewhat surprised if it doesn't almost win. I like it a lot. It's ridden by Hugh Morgan, experienced jockey for the race. Which is an opportunity handicap hurdle for apprentices or around. Jockeys who haven't ridden that many winners. And number 4, Cave Court, runs in a handicap for the first time. It runs off a mark of 97, and I've got that fairly well in, to be honest with you. The horse has only run 3 times. It's gone off at 125 to 1, 50 to 1, and 66 to 1. So it's not been sighted really, or not been fancied anyway. But I've seen a lot of promise in this horse, I really have. Indeed, last time up when it ran at Carlisle, although it finished 4th of 6, it was a pretty promising run. And certainly first time up, when it ran 5th at Punchestown, I think it was, 5th for 16 runners there in a novice, that was a really, really good run. And like to come late with a late rattle that day, and the jockey never moved a muscle on it, and Simon Torrance, and I think it's got a really good chance. I really do. It's 12 to 1 and 14 to 1 across the board. Bookies paying first 4. You might get first 5 for a bit of looking, and I think this will be thereabouts to do, and it's got a really, really great chance. Number 4, it's called Cave Court, Cave. then Court, and it goes in the 12.48. That's at Down Royal, an 80 to 102 rated handicap. And this one goes in at handicap for the first time, so the assessor's not got too much to work with, and I think it's ahead of the mark, I really do. Number 4, Cave Court, your first extra bet, and that is for Monday's racing, of course, at Down Royal. The second bet, new bet I'm going to give you before I go through the rest of the horses which I gave you yesterday, runs at Newcastle. And it goes in there 12.15, quite an early start at Newcastle tomorrow in 11.45. But this one's in the second race of the card, 12.15, which is an interesting 18-runner affair, where again the bookies are going to be paying first 4, obviously, and possibly first 5, some of them. And there's a horse I'm very, very, very much going with, I can tell you that. It's number 13, and I don't think it'll be unlucky for us. It's number 13. It's called Ginger Point. Ginger Point, trained by Katie Scott and ridden by Bruce Lynn. Now, Bruce Lynn rode a horse for me just before the break for the festive period called Warrior King and just got beaten neck. Probably should have won on it, but 8 to 1 to 7 to 2 was a big gamble. Bruce Lynn was on it and should have probably won, but just the other horse just come again and pegged him on the line. But I think he can win on this. It's number 13, Ginger Point, or Point A, Pointe, the second name. And goes in a 2.5 mile race. Didn't get the trip last time up in a handicap, went over like 2 miles 6 or something, and that was always going to be a little bit too far for this one. But steps back in trip to a 2.5 mile, which should be spot on. It's got the tongue tie on for the first time. Katie Scott is the trainer, and she's all right. And this horse can pop up. There's no doubt about that. Finished behind a horse I actually tipped you last time up called Héritier de Savola. That was at Kelso. I tipped that horse last time. It won at 9 to 1, Héritier de Savola. But Ginger Point ran well, came 5th that day, got beat 17 lengths. But as I say, the trip was too far. Steps back today, been given 20 odd days to freshen itself up. Must go close. Must go close. It's off a mark of 87. Raced off a mark of 90 last time. As I say, it's got a tongue tie on for the first time. So you're talking a lot of plus points in this one. Coming down in the handicap, tongue tied first time. Step back in trip. It looks really, really dangerous, this one. Number 13, Ginger Point. Bit of 20 to 1 around. Plenty of 16 to 1. And I'm on each way. That's Ginger Point, number 13 in the 12.15 at Newcastle. Now I'm going to give you these other horses now, but I'm not going to go on and on about them. I'm just going to tell you them. So if you want to hear about them in detail, go to the video before. But I'm just going to announce them now for people. Obviously, have already got the bets or haven't got the bets, but either way, I'm just going to go through them as quick as I can for you, and then if you want to put them all in your doubles, trebles, accumulators, I'll leave that with you. I've got 3 win bets, which are, if you remember, if you called in yesterday, 3 win bets. 2 of them have been backed very heavily already. Number 6 is called Norton Hill in the 12.32. I'm just checking these times here because they're a bit odd with all the racing, what's going on. 12.32 at Fontwell. I'm all over this one. I think it'll win. It's number 6, Norton Hill, trained by Anthony Hunnable, ridden by stable jockey Rex Dingle. I like it a lot, and it's been backed 4 to 1 to 11 to 4. I tipped it yesterday at 4 to 1. It's 11 to 4. Still think that's a cracking price, and I think it'll win. I'm very confident. Okay, so that's your first bet there. The second bet is in the 305 at Kempton Park, KP, Kempton Park. 305 there. Again, this one's been backed in from 7 to 2 into 5 to 2. And I like this one as well. It's number 4 on your card. And it's called Black. I'm just going to get this name for you dead on here. Because it's called Balco Coastal. I beg your pardon, I'm not reading my own writing. Balco Coastal, trained by Nicky Anderson, ridden by Nico de Boinville. I'm all over this one. The punters are already on it, but I'm a lot to do with that because I've got 2,000, nearly 3,000 followers. So a lot of people are following my advice. Number 4, Balco Coastal. Back down already, 7 to 2 to 5 to 2. I think it's got an amazing chance. Runs off a mark of 133. Looks ahead of this grade, to be honest with you. And I'll be disappointed if it doesn't put them away. Could be a really nice horse, this one, number 4, Balco Coastal. I'll just put a tick on that. That's in the it's in the 305 at Kempton Park. Now the 203 at Wincanton is another one I need to repeat to you. And this one, 203 at just going to double check that. Yeah, 203 at Wincanton is a 2.5 mile chase. And the horse I'm very, very sweet on here is number 6. It's called Edith's Elton. Edith's Elton. This one was 4 to 1. It's still 4 to 1 right now, and I think that's a cracking price. Trained by Robert Walford, ridden by Brian Carver, who I had a bit of fun with on the old Carry On message last night. But number 6, Edith's Elton, one to be on there in the 203 at Wincanton. I think it's got a great chance. It's already won 3 times at this track, so a bit of a course specialist, and I think it'll win again. 203 at Wincanton, Edith's Elton. The other horse I've got for you, you've already had Sheriff Garrett in the 2 o'clock at Newcastle, being heavily backed. That's the bet I call my Snowball bet, and to put a cherry on top and pick them off. I think that'll run a big race. Indeed, I think it'll win, but obviously I think it'll run a big race. 14 to 1 to 11 to 1. And then there's one more to tell you, and it runs at Market Racing, which I've already gave you last night. And it's in the 105 there. It's number 3. It's called Safe Destination. Safe Destination in the 105 at Market Racing. Big prize that, but not without a chance. It's trained by Twiston Davis, ridden by Jordan Naylor, and I think it's got a much better chance than the price would certainly suggest. So I'll just run them through for you now. The 2 new ones are Cave Court in the 1248 at Down Royal each way. Ginger Point in the number 13, Ginger Point in the 1215 at Newcastle. I think that's got a great chance. It's a huge price, 20 to 1, 16 to 1. The others, Norton Hill to win in the 1232 at Fontwell. You've got Edith's Ellen 203 at Fontwell, at Wincanton, I beg your pardon. Balco Coastal 305 at Kempton. They're all win bets, them 3 there. And the other bets are Prairie Wolf, 1 o'clock at Wetherby. Forgot to mention the time yesterday. 1 o'clock at Wetherby. I really like that horse each way. I think 15 to 2 is colossal. I make that about a 4 to 1 chance top whack. I think that's got a great chance. Sheriff Garrett in the 2 o'clock at Newcastle. That's my apple of my eye there, a real big one in a handicap. That's the Snowball bet. And the last one, which I've just gave you a minute ago, was Safe Destination for Twiston Davis in the 105 at Market Racing. I think that's just about it. I've covered it all. I've come on Christmas Day to say hello to you, and I hope you're okay and enjoying your festivities, as I say. And if it's a long day, it can be. Tomorrow's going to be a big day, that's for sure, in the betting world. It always is, and looks like all the race meetings are going to go ahead. And it's great, exciting, and I'm looking forward to it. Got some really big bets. Don't forget, if you want to play my Boxing Day Blitz, where you get 4 bets for a tenner, then the way you can do that is by following the link below. All right, so there we go. Those 4 horses are exceptionally strong, and it gives you an absolute enormous chance of backing some cross and doubles and trebles and everything else, along with the ones you've got on this line for free. Okay, that's it from me for you. Enjoy it. I shall be back with you, God willing, on Christmas Boxing Day night at 6 o'clock. I look forward to it, and I'll say take care of yourselves, enjoy the rest of your Christmas, and I'll speak to you tomorrow at 6. Good luck.